Yeah, good morning everyone. Yeah, very good morning. So shall we begin the session? Yes, in the last class we have studied about, or we have started with the chapter number 9, that is what are the various people that is involved in an organization, that is involved in information system, and how those people that will be used in an information system for gathering the requirement, for using the requirement. So let's continue with this chapter. Let's continue with the topic, that is a computer engineer. So we have studied about in the last class what is the meaning of the people that is involved in this one, what is the usage, or how we can depend on the people that is used in the information system, that is the introduction. Then who are the creators of the information system? That means creator means the people who are involved in designing, developing and building the information system. Who all are people that is used in this one? Then next one is a system analyst. Who is a system analyst? What are the various needs? What are various strategies that is used for the system analyst? So what is the main difference between identifying needs and imaging a need that is required to redesign a system that is on the basis of the computer-based system? So who is a system analyst? Then we have studied about who is a programmer. Now, can anyone tell me who is a system analyst, or what are the various responsibilities that the system analyst can handle, or what are the various duties that is assigned to the system analyst? Can anyone can answer? No, just do one thing, read out this content, at least that content, this 9 chapter that we have studied in the last class, and tell me the answer of this question. Now let's start the session again. Our today's topic is a computer engineer. Who is a computer engineer? So this computer engineer design the computing devices that we use every day. So who is a computer engineering that designs the computing devices? Designs means that build up the computing devices that we use in day-to-day life, that we use in every day. There are many types of computer devices, computer engineering, who works on a variety of the different types of devices and the systems. There are multiple kinds of the computer engineers who works on a variety of the different types of devices and the system. Some of the more prominent engineering jobs are as follows. Some of the more prominent engineering jobs that are as follows. First one is a hardware engineer. Hardware engineer means who is an engineer that is used for the, or that is only used with the hardware concept. So if there is any problem in the hardware, if there is any problem that exists in the hardware, so we can call the software, we can call the engineer that is used in the software terms, that is used for the hardware. So hardware engineer is an engineer that have hardware components, or that designs the hardware component that such as the microprocessors. And many times the hardware engineering is at the cutting edge of the computing technology, creating something brand new. Other times, the hardware engineer jobs is to engineer an existing component to work faster or use the less power. That means the main job of the main task of the to engineer an existing component to work faster. That means how to work faster, what are the various components that we use to work faster, what are the various categories that we use. That is how we can run the faster jobs, how we can run the fast jobs for the less power. Many times hardware engineer jobs is to write code to create a program that will implement directly on a computer chip. Next one is software engineer, who will actually design the software, actually design the process, that is known as the software engineer. Instead, they also create the new programming language and the operating system that is working at the lowest level of the hardware to develop new kinds of software to run on the hardware. That means they are developing the software, what are the various software components that is developed, or how to create the software, what are the various categories to create the software, what is operating system, or we can say the software engineering also responsible, or engineer is also responsible for creating of the or creation of the operating system. The next one is the system engineer. So who is a system engineer? That takes the components designed by other engineers and makes them all work together. That means they are designed by the other engineering, or they are taken out by the other engineers and make them all the work together. For example, to build a system, the motherboard, processor, memory, hard disk all have to work together. So system engineer has experience with many different types of hardware and the software and knows how to integrate them. How to integrate them means how to use them to create new functionality. So system engineer has experience with many kinds of software and the hardware and knows how to integrate them to the new functionality, to the latest technology. The next one is a network engineer. So the network engineer main job is to understand the networking requirements of the organization. What are the various networking requirements of an organization, and then design a communication system to meet those needs using the networking hardware and the software available. So what are the various networking hardware and the software available that is designed by the network engineer. So this main job is to understand the networking components of an organization. What are the various networking components of an organization, and how to design a communication system. That means how to communicate within a network, how different computers can communicate with each other to meet the needs using the networking hardware and the software available. And there are many types of computer engineers that also offers the job description that is overlap. And while many will call themselves engineer based on a company profile, based on a company title, and there is also a professional designation of a professional engineer that have a specific requirement, that have a specific data that is behind it. And in the US, each state has its own set of the requirements for the use of this title as to different countries around the world, and most often it also involves a professional licensing exam for the network engineer, or we can say the professional engineer. Now, what are the various operations, that is, or information system operations and the administration? Another group that is involved in the information system professionals are involved in the day-to-day operations and admin of the IT. These people must keep the information running and up to date so that the rest of the information, rest of the organization can make the most effective use of these resources. That means most of the rest of the organization are up to date and make the organizations more effective use of these resources. First one operators or first one operations that is carried out is a computer operator. So it is a person who keeps a large quantity or who keeps a large computer running. His person's job is to oversee the mainframe computer and data centers in the organizations. What are the various mainframe computers and what are the various data centers in the organization? And some of their duties includes keeping the operating system up to date, ensuring available memory and the disk storage, overseeing the physical environment of the computer. That is a computer operator. And since the mainframe computers increasingly has been replaced with the servers, there's a storage management system and the platform that is used or that is growing broader and also includes working with the specialized systems. That is, what are the various specialized systems that is used with the computer operators? The next one is the database administrator. So a DBA is a person who manages the database for an organization. Manage the database means who manages what is database, how to use a database for an organization. And this person creates and maintains the databases that are used as a part of the applications of the data warehouse. So DBA is a person that creates and maintains the database that are also used as a part of the applications of the data warehouse. And DBA also consults with the system analyst and the programmers on the project that requires access to or the creation of the databases. So DBA also consults with the system analyst who is involved with the system analyst and the programmers on the projects that also requires access to or the creation of the databases. The next one is the help desk. Next one is the help desk or the support analyst. So most of the mid-sized to the large organization have their own information technology help desk. And this help desk is the first line of support for the computer users in the company. And computer users who are having the problems or need information can contact the help desk for the assistant. That means like a customer care we are using. So this is also a person or he or she also a person that also uses for the system analyst. Then next one, the trainer that provides a computer training, computer skills to the different person. For example, there are multiple trainings that is available in the organizations to we can say the enhance to develop their computer skills. For example, if a new ERP system is being installed in an organization, one part of the implementation is to teach all of the users that is how to use the new system. And trainer may work for a software company and may be contracted to some or come in to conduct classes whenever it is needed. And a trainer may also work for a company that offers regular training sessions, or a trainer that can be employed full-time for an organization to handle all of their computer instruction needs. And to be successful as a trainer, you need to be able to communicate technical concept, that is what are the various technical concepts as a trainer, and also have lots of the patience for the trainers. The next part is a MIS. So this function is critical to the success of information system within the organization, because MIS is very important in this one, and these are the various jobs that is associated with the management of information system that is used with the success of the information system. First one is a CIO, or the Chief Information Officer, that is the head of the information system function. This person aligns the plans and operations of the information system with the strategic goal of the organization. What are the various strategic goals of the organization that is carried out with the information system? And this includes tasks such as the budgeting, strategic planning, and the personal decisions for the information system function. And CIO must be the face of the IT department within the organization. Must be the face of IT department means this is one of the main category or main head of the IT department. Whatever the document, whatever the provision that is available in the IT department that is carried out with this, or that is carried out with the CIO. And this involves working with the senior leaders in all the parts of the organization to ensure the good communication and the planning. And when we say interestingly, the CIO position does not necessarily require a lots of technical expertise. And while helpful, it is more important for this person to have a good management skills and understand the business. So when we say about the that is more powerful, more helpful, it is more important for this person to have a good communication, good management skills, and understand the business. That means they have a good management skills and also understand the business, how the business will run. And many organizations do not have someone with the title of the CIO. Instead, the head of the information system function is called as a vice president of the information system, or the director of the information system. Next one is a functional managers. So as an information system organization become larger, many of the different functions are grouped together and led by the manager. So many of the different functions are grouped together over here and also led by the manager. That means multiple persons combined with each other, grouped with each other, led by the managers. These functional managers report to the CIO and manage the employees specific to their function. What are the employees that is specific to their functions? For example, in a large organization, there is a group of the system analysts who report to a manager of the system analysis function. And for more insight into how this might look, see the discussion that is available in the how they are organized, or how the information systems are organized. The next one is the ERP management, that is also used to manage the systems, that is ERP management, enterprise resource management. So we have done with the ERP management, that is what are the various ERP management, that is enterprise resource planning management. Next one is the project managers who are doing the project management. So these are the notorious for going over the project and being delivered late, and many cases a failed IT project can spell doom for a company. So project manager is responsible for keeping projects on the time. That means he or she will be responsible for keeping the projects on the time and on budget. So everything is controlled by the project manager. And this person works with the stakeholder of the project to keep the team organized and communicate the status of the project to the management also. And a project manager does not have authority over the project team. Instead, the project manager coordinates, schedule, and control the resources in order to maximize the project outcome. That means more and more outcome will be produced from the project manager. And he or she must be a good communicator and extremely organized person. He or she also have a good people skills, and many of the organization also requires each of their project manager to a certified PMP, that is a project management professional. Next one is the information security officer. Next part is that is in charge of setting information security policies for the organizations and then overseeing the implementation of these policies. How the policies were implemented, what are the various security officer that is used with the information. Then emerging roles. So as the technology evolves, many new roles are becoming more important as those other roles. For example, when we enter the age of the big data, we are seeing the need for the more analyst and the business intelligence specialist. And many companies are now hiring social media expertise or experts, mobile technology specialists, and the increased use of the cloud computing is also used for the expertise in those areas, because we need the expertise in the area of expertise. Then next one is a career path in the information system. What are the various career path what are the various path that is used with this one that we have already studied. Now next one is how to organize the information system function. That means what are the various functions that is available in the information system, how to organize them. That is organized by the CEO. So head of the department is reports directly to the CEO of the company. Now, they decide what are the various outsourcing. Outsourcing means from where the data will come. That is outsourcing. That needs a specific skills for a limited period of time. Instead of training an existing employee or hiring someone new, it may take more sense to outsource the job. And outsourcing can be used in many different conditions within the information system functions, such as the design and the creation of the new website or upgrade of the ERP system. And some organizations see outsourcing as a cost-cutting move, contracting out a whole group or the department. The next is the new models of the organization. What are the various new models of an organization? How these will develop the information. So the integration of the information technology has influenced the structure of the organizations, and the increased ability of communication or increased ability to communicate and share the information has led to the flattering of the organizational structure, that is due to the removal of one or more layers of the management. Then another organization change enabled by the information system is a network-based organization structure. That is, what are the various network-based organization structure that is developed. And in the network-based organization structure, a group of employees can work somewhat independently. That means they work independently how they work. And in a network organization, people with the right skills are brought together for a project and then released to work with other project when the project is over for that time. Then what are the various types of user? What are the various different types of user that is used with the information system, that is known as the information system users. So this group represents a very large percentage of the people involved, and if the user is not able to successfully learn and use an information system, the system is doomed to failure. So first user is the innovator, that is the first individual to adopt a new technology, and they are willing to take risk, are the youngest in age, and have a highest social class, and have a great financial liquidity. Then next one is early adopters, that are those who adopt innovations after a technology has been introduced and proven. Then early maturity, early maturity means that is available or innovation that is varying with the degree of the time, and this time of adoption is slightly, we can say, significantly longer than the innovator and the early adopters. Then late maturity. So the late maturity will adopt an innovation after the average number of the society. That means average number is reduced, then there is a late maturity. Now come to the next chapter, that is chapter number 10, information system development. That is how to develop the system, or what are the various stages that is used with the information system development. So in this first part is the programming. What are the various programming concepts? What are the various stages that we have already discussed within this chapter, that is a programming. So software is created via the programming in this, And the programming is the process of creating a set of the logical instructions for a digital device. What are the various logical digital devices that is used to follow using a programming language? And the process of programming is sometimes known as a coding, because the syntax of the programming language not in a form that everyone can understand. So it is a code, that is a programming. For example, when you talk about the C and the C++, that is a programming language that only the technical persons can understand what is a programming language, how they are used, or what is the usage of the programming, what is the usage of C and the C++, how to write the code. Then SDLC, that we have already studied. What is the SDLC? That means System Development Life Cycle. How to develop the cycle, that is a birth to the mature process. How to develop the cycle, what are the various phases. Now, can anyone tell me what are the various phases? It is available over here only. First is the preliminary analysis, investigation, then system analysis, then system design, programming, that is the development, then testing, implementation, maintenance. So these are the stages of the SDLC. First is a preliminary investigation, then system analysis, then system design, then programming, that is the development, testing, implementation, and the maintenance. Now, one of the most important stage that is known as a system analysis, that includes a feasibility study. Now, what is a feasibility study? That means we have to decide whether to proceed with the existing system or whether to develop a new system. And there are multiple categories of the feasibility. First is a technical feasibility. That means we should know whether the company have a supported technical technical material that is used for development of the system. Next, economic feasibility, that is whether the current budget is at least that budget that the system will develop. That means the company have enough money to support or to develop a system. Then the company have a legal rights or not, that is the legal feasibility. These are the various feasibility, and one of the important feasibility is the economic feasibility, that also measures the cost benefit analysis. What is the cost, what is the benefit, and either the costs are more than the benefit, or the benefits are more than the cost. Then system analysis, then system design, that means designing into the pictorial representation, then programming, that is a development, how the code will be developed, that is develop the program in this one. Then next one is a testing. So after the development, there is a testing. So first of all, there is an investigation, then analysis, then design, development. After development, there is a testing, how to test the data, or what are the various categories by which we can test the data. Then implementation and the maintenance. So development, then testing, then implementation. Implementation means physically implement the system on the user's side. That is implementation. Then maintenance means after implementation, if there is any error, if there is any bugs, we can say if there is any maintenance that is required, that is a maintenance part, that is after the implementation. That may be a software may be upgraded, that may be anything that is developed. And it is sometimes also known as a waterfall model. Then RAD, that we have already discussed, rapid application development. This is the methodology that focus on how to build a working model of the software, how to build a software in a rapid way, in a speedy way. That is known as a quickly rapid, or building a working model of the software, getting the feedbacks from the user, and then using the feedback to update the working model. And this also contains the 4 phases. One is a requirements planning, then user design, construction, cutovers. The next one is the agile methodology, that also changes with focus on a quality and attention to the detail. And every increment is released in a specific period of the time. How to create a regular release schedule with the very specific objectives. This is the lean methodology that we already discussed, that is build, measure, learn, or build, learn, measure. Now, what are the various programming languages? First is a binary language. That means the code is written in the bits binary form, that is 0 and the 1. Then next one is the hybrid, assembly language, then high level language, and the 4th generation language. These are the various programming language that is given. Low level language, that is the binary language, machine dependent. High level, machine independent, machine language. 3rd generation, that is C, C++, Java, Python, that is the 3rd generation. 4th generation means SQL, Cold Fusion, and there's the assembly language. Now, next is what is the difference between the compiler and the interpreter? Compiler means who compiles the program, at one go. Whole program is compiled. That means whole program is converted into the binary language at one go. Interpreter means convert the program into the binary language, but line by line. Then procedure versus object oriented, that is a C and the C++. What is COBOL? That is a procedure compiled language that at time used as the primary language for the business application. That means in the previous days, in the early days, backstage, COBOL is one of the programming language that is used for the business applications. Then what are the various case tools? Programming tool, that is a case, computer aided software engineering tools, or the IDE, that can be used for the programming, integrated development environment, or the computer aided software engineering. This is one of the website. This is one of the design tool that is used. That is a website, that is HTML, hypertext markup language. These are the various codes. And the next one is a CSS, how to use a CSS with this one. Then change management, how to use a change management, what is the maintenance. Then summary of this chapters. Next chapter is the chapter number 11. That is chapter number 11, that is the globalization and the digital divide. That is, what is the globalization and what is a digital divide. That means how to use IT, how to use a digital technology in the day-to-day scenario in the organizations, and how it will help. So last chapter I have we can say that I have done very frequently, because these are the concepts that we already studied in the last module. So these are the all concepts that we have already discussed in some of the modules. So just do one thing, read out the chapter. If there is any doubt, then bring out the doubts tomorrow. So that any doubts, if there is any doubts and any clarification, you can ask the doubts. And in the next class, that is a topic, that is chapter number 11, globalization and the digital divide. Now, any doubts, anyone till now? All right, so we will meet tomorrow.